From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Tuesday, November 11th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. With uncertainty in Washington threatening federal nutrition benefits, New Mexico lawmakers held a lightning-fast special session on Monday to keep food assistance flowing to more than 460,000 residents. In just over 3 hours, the legislature approved and enacted a $162 million emergency funding bill to sustain state-issued food benefits through mid-January. Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales, who's acting governor while Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham attends a UN climate summit in Brazil, signed the bill immediately, calling it a vital step to ensure families can, quote, feed their families this holiday season. The state aid may not be needed if Congress ends the ongoing federal government shutdown, but lawmakers said waiting is too risky. The funds drawn from unspent state money will be released weekly, up to $20 million per week, as long as the shutdown continues. Republicans joined Democrats in supporting the measure, but voiced concern over the state's 14.6% SNAP error rate, among the nation's highest. They added an amendment allocating $50,000 for a legislative review of the program's management. The same bill also replenishes the $30 million contingency fund tapped by the governor and provides $75,000 for session costs. The measure passed the House 52-9 and the Senate 30-6, with all no votes coming from Republicans. House Speaker Javier Martinez accused the Trump administration of holding SNAP benefits, quote, hostage, while GOP leaders credited oil and gas revenues for giving the state the financial strength to step in. At just over 3 hours, the session was one of the shortest in New Mexico's modern history. U.S. Senators Martin Heinrich and Ben Ray Lujan, both Democrats, voted against advancing a deal to end the ongoing federal government shutdown, citing the bill's failure to extend expiring Affordable Care Act health insurance subsidies. The Senate on Sunday narrowly moved forward a package of funding bills with bipartisan support, with 8 Democrats and independents joining Republicans, that would keep the government open through January and restore federal workers' pay and jobs that were lost during the shutdown. The package also includes full-year funding for SNAP and WIC, 2 key nutrition programs. In a joint statement, Heinrich and Lujan said the proposal is, quote, one that many New Mexicans can literally not afford, pledging to continue pushing for relief for rising healthcare costs. The House is expected to consider the measure on Wednesday, and with its Republican majority, is likely to pass. New Mexico's House Democrats, including Representative Melanie Stansbury, also opposed the deal, with Stansbury saying that she was glad the shutdown may end, but criticized Senate Democrats who allowed a vote without, quote, addressing the heart of what we've been fighting for. The shutdown has lasted more than 40 days and marks the longest in the country's history. The Albuquerque Police Department announced Monday that the city has seen a, quote, major reduction in crimes across all categories so far this year, with motor vehicle thefts down 40% and overall larceny and theft down 8% compared to 2024. Homicides have dropped by 18 year over year, according to APD data. Police Chief Harold Medina said the progress stems from, quote, focused enforcement, strategic policing, and strong community collaboration. He also noted that National Guard members assisting APD could soon be reassigned to other New Mexico cities. Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller, who's currently seeking a third term in the December 9th runoff election against former Sheriff Darren White, said the timing of the data release was unrelated to his campaign, but acknowledged that public perception of crime remains high, saying, quote, if we continue like this for several more years, we'll absolutely feel safer because we are safer. Medina suggested that residents' fears are often tied to homelessness, concentrated mainly along corridors like Wyoming to Louisiana, rather than crime itself. Keller credited the decline to expanded crime-fighting technology, including license plate readers and speed cameras, plus more officers on patrol and support from civilian responders with Albuquerque community safety. Medina also added that National Guard has contributed roughly 8,000 hours of assistance, helping free up APD officers for frontline duties. And a packed and sometimes tense community meeting in Las Cruces last week centered around a proposed 330-acre land exchange between the New Mexico State Land Office and the Mescalero Apache tribe, a plan that has stirred strong local opposition and rumors of potential development. Public Lands Commissioner Stephanie Garcia Richard hosted the meeting, saying she wants community feedback before deciding whether to approve the swap, which would mark her third tribal land exchange since 2019. During the meeting, Garcia Richard said the 13 million acres deed ceded to the state was stolen land. That drew both applause and boos. Under the proposal, the tribe would purchase land of equal appraised value and trade it for the Las Cruces parcel south of the Torgadas Mountain, an area sacred to nearby pueblos and popular with hikers. The land would remain under local zoning rules until a federal process could incorporate it into the Tribal Land Trust. Tribal President Tora Walsh Padilla said the goal is to reclaim ancestral land and access traditional plant species, not to pursue a large-scale development. She said an amphitheater had been suggested by a contractor, but emphasized that there's no plans that have been finalized and that a casino is unlikely, given it would compete with the tribe's existing resort in Otero County. Still, most speakers voiced skepticism and concern about possible commercial use, traffic, and environmental impacts. State Representative Doreen Gallegos, who lives nearby, said residents would support ceremonial or cultural use, but, quote, a lot of pushback would follow any casino proposal. Amid occasional heckling, some community members urged respect for Indigenous history. A second larger meeting is being planned as Garcia Richard weighs whether to move forward with the exchange. The Leading News is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high near 73, and as for this evening, partly cloudy with a low around 36. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the Leading News. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.